There are two big pieces of news for the 2019 model year Jeep Cherokee. One of them is what you're staring at right now. That is the new revised front end. The changes are not drastic, but significant nonetheless. I mean, the headlights now are headlights with the daytime running lights and markers all integrated. The final product, the look, is far more conventional than it once was. In other words, the 2019 Cherokee is finally attractive and not abysmally ugly as it once was. Well, I'll just apply to the front end. Everything else about the Cherokee is essentially unchanged, and that's pretty much a good thing. I mean, the Cherokee is a very attractive truck. The rear end, well, just the taillights are kind of revised and nip-tuck here and there. Nothing, in this case, drastic. So attractive this thing might be, it is quite expensive, and that's probably one of the issues, the biggest issue that I have with the Cherokee. Base price for a 2.4 liter front wheel drive on steel wheels is $32,000. Nobody does that. That's $4,500 more than an equivalent front wheel drive Honda CR-V. This thing does not have that much more of anything. It's not a larger trunk, it doesn't have more interior volume, there's nothing to justify this price jump. The Limited, which is what I'm test driving this week, is almost your mid-range trim. Actually, it's probably the more intelligent and pedestrian, but in a good sense, or urban, I should say, not pedestrian trims. It starts at $39,000 to essentially get what you see right here. That is an insane amount of money, with options as tested, such as a 2-liter engine, a luxury package, safety kit, whatever. This thing is over $47,000. I kind of like the understated look, but it looks like it should be a $33,000 truck and not a $47,000 truck. The Tiguan R-Line is about $41,000 or $42,000, and it's a heck of a lot more premium looking than this. Anyhow, yeah, if you want to go all out, you can get a new Overland, new for 2019, with options will cost you over $54,000. Blah, blah. Yeah, no, I completely don't get it. But anyway, with your Limited, you do get power hatch, which is nice. This is something like 700 liters of trunk space. But no, it's not usable. It's all in height. Look at the rake here. I mean, there's no space. These little things, little pocket holes, subwoofer, that's part of the options in this thing. A little bit of storage under here. Anyway, this is not a usable 700 liters. Oh yeah, FCA, always down here. But the back seat, I kind of like it a lot. I mean, the step-in height is not very high, but you actually drop your feet in and you sit very squarely. So there's a heck of a lot of room, headroom and everything. 3 across will be tight, but it's roomy back here. It's actually really nice. Also part of the Limited with the options I have is this lovely Napa leather, multi-way power adjustable seats, and a power lumbar. The interior is plain and essentially unchanged since the 2014 model year. But FCA is a gift, and that's the simple yet very functional things. There's your select terrain wheel. So this Limited, base Limited if you will, has active drive 1, the most basic trim. So a lovely screen up here. This is your 8.4-inch Uconnect with satellite radio, all kinds of connected stuff, apps, CarPlay, and the Wi-Fi hotspots. Navigation is included, Bluetooth obviously. Storage is good, that's fine. Everything's good, except the price. This is $47,000. There is one other thing though. The other big piece of news that I was talking about that is included and explains only in small part why this thing is so expensive. So let's take it on the road and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Despite the fact that the Jeep Cherokee is marketed and touted as being one of the, if not the most capable off-road, all-wheel drive 4x4 crossover you can buy, compact crossover you can buy, the fact of the matter is that the very vast majority of them will never set foot off the beaten path and will spend the entirety of their lives right here in the urban jungle. Now, I've done a little bit of off-roading with the Cherokee in the past. Yes, it's very, very good. The Renegade is really, really good too. But I'm happy to report that in the city, the Cherokee is also very good. My Limited with the 18-inch wheels and the very street-biased tires, and the fully independent suspension set up on this with the 4-link in the rear, is well adapted to the cityscape. It's almost a little bit sportier than comfortable, which translates into an interesting drive, if you will, far more than I thought I remembered, because I haven't driven. The first Cherokee I drove as a sport 4 years ago, maybe, and then 2 years ago I drove a Rubicon, Trailhawk, which is a very different animal with a 3.2. While on the subject of engines, the 2.4 is very adequate for this vehicle. The 3.2 is also quite nice, but the kicker is what's under the bonnet right now, and that's the 2-liter turbo engine with 270 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque on tap as of 3,000 RPM. I challenge any other compact crossover, to a drag race. Barring the fact that the transmission may simply, the 9-speed standard for all transmission, may simply decide to not cooperate, which is not unusual. In fact, in the last few days, on 2 occasions, I, kind of dipped into the throttle, not violently, but, with a little bit of, and a solid 2.5 seconds went by before anything happened. 2.5 seconds is a lifetime. And then it went 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, let's go 2. So yeah, if that doesn't happen in my drag race, this thing will kill them all. With that kind of torque, it's actually really, really quick. But that's obviously not the reason why there's such an engine in the Cherokee, but the performance is undeniable. The fuel economy numbers, not so sure. Oh, well, something just popped in mind. Maybe against the CX-5 with the 2.5T, maybe it won't happen as easily as I think. But I've not driven a CX-5 2.5T yet. So currently, right now, at the end of 2018, I'll take them all on. So back to the ride. I would like maybe a little bit more compliance at the topmost damper travel, if only to even out just a little dips and bumps in the road. But overall, I like the steering. I really like the brakes. The driving experience is quite good. I wasn't expecting this. Like I said, it's been a long time since I drove a regular Cherokee. So all in all, would I spend the money for the 2-liter turbo? No, I don't think so. I don't think, even if you drive normally, there will be no real conceivable advantage fuel economy wise. That's 1. 2, it's far too pricey. And 3, the bottom line is, I don't think I'd get a Cherokee, not for the price they want. And I know that they're loading the Cherokees with all kinds of rebates and incentives. But CRV, I'm not crazy about the CRV, but it's okay. I prefer the RAV4 by far. Tiguan is fine, and the list is really, really. CX-5 that I just mentioned is quite nice as well. So no to the Cherokee, but yes to the 2-liter, but ultimately no, not for the price.